tennis. Rory tees it up this week for the first time since his Masters victory. What are your thoughts on Rory as this season continues this week?
Which Rory shows up? Which one do we get after the Masters? I think there was a lot of talk between us and a lot of our colleagues about the idea that when you reach the top of the mountain, and let's don't make any mistake, what Rory accomplished at the Masters is the top of the mountain. To win the Masters, to win the career Grand Slam, everything that goes into it, you can go in two different directions. We've seen it before where players have gotten to that point and decided that, you know what, I've done everything I need to do. I've accomplished everything I need to accomplish. I think most of us agree that that doesn't sound like Rory at all. I actually talked with a couple of players about this last week in Hilton, the idea that I think one player called him a sicko, that he's going to continue to work hard and continue to try to improve, and that this could probably just open up the floodgates. And you consider what he's already accomplished this year. He's won a signature event at Pebble Beach. He's won the Tour's flagship event at the Players' Championship, and now a major. You can only think where he goes from here.
Well, speaking of going from here, looking ahead to the PGA, is there any doubt that Rory will be the favorite at Quail Hollow?
I was actually a little surprised. I looked at the odds about that earlier in the week, and they have him and Scotty Scheffler essentially 1A and 1B, and I guess I get where that's coming from. But you look at not just at what Rory has done this season. I just went through his resume of what he's done in 2025, but you look at what he's done on that golf course. He's won 3 times at Quail Hollow. He holds the course record. He clearly is very comfortable there. I think he's going to be the obvious favorite going in, and he has a little bit of time off between now and then. Obviously, he's playing this week. You would expect not to see him again until the Truist Championship the week before. So it will be interesting to see how he handles this post-Masters season, because, again, that took a lot out of him. It was a lot of emotion, physically and emotionally draining. What's his state right now?
Did that emotion surprise you at all? Obviously, we know he's been carrying this burden around for a decade plus, or 14 years, as he said, considering what happened in 2011. But just to see his body convulse and shake, and the tears and the walk to his family, anything surprise you in those moments?
I've watched that walk about 100 times, Damon. It's amazing watching him come up the hill, and I've seen so many creative memes about it. But you can see that burden, is what he'd call it, just sort of flow out of him when he finally made that putt and the playoff. I don't know that that surprised me, because we all know what this meant to him, and certainly he addressed it in the press conference afterwards. The idea that he had been trying to do this for a decade, and he tried his best to show up at Augusta National every year with a good attitude, and we all know it was getting increasingly difficult as time went by. I think the one thing that truly surprised me when he was asked specifically about the joy he felt on that green when he went to his knees, and he was really quick to correct the person who asked the question and said that wasn't joy, that was relief. And I was kind of taken by that, because those are two vastly different emotions.